So I wanted to work on another couple spreads in my Mixed Media Collage Sketchbooks. So here's one where I've collaged the pages, cut it down, made the sketchbook, and now I'm going in and adding some Liquitex acrylic ink. Just painting it on, letting the colors mix on the page. That is one of the ways that I love to paint, is by just mixing on the paper and letting the colors, evolve and morph and change and bringing out some really fun surprises. And all of this is done very intuitively. The color scheme of the collage scraps are what are inspiring my choices as far as that goes. But the areas that I paint in, it's just kind of whatever feels right and whatever I want to define from the collage pieces, and then whatever I want to mask from them. Then I decided to drop in some white Liquitex acrylic ink. It creates a really nice bleed when it goes onto the wet areas, but then it also gives some nice contrast and kind of pulls back the lightness. And then continuing to paint into it with more acrylic ink, blending in with the white, and then also letting the blue and the red that I'm applying bleed into the white that's already there, and just continuing on with this media at this stage of the sketchbook page. Next, I decided to go in with some of my Daler-Rowney FW Pearlescent acrylic inks. It just adds a nice little sheen to it. And these, because everything else was wet, the acrylic ink blended in a bit, but it was still a really nice touch and gives it a little shimmer to it. Then I decided to let the page dry and work on another spread in a second Mixed Media Collage Sketchbook that I have going. So I'm still working with the acrylic ink, back to the Liquitex one. But before I get into that, I decided to put down some white Posca marker and just extend the white from the collaged material over onto the background paper. Then I kept going with the mix of the Liquitex acrylic ink and a little bit of the Pearlescent Daler-Rowney FW metallic. Things got a little muddied here, but I really love embracing the awkward moments of my Mixed Media Collage sketchbooks, knowing that it always turns around in the end and becomes something that is surprising and exciting and really enjoyable. So at the moment, I'm hating this page. I'm really regretting going in with the orange, but I don't give up. I just keep playing. I did decide to let that one dry and then go back to the other one with some Prismacolor markers, and then again with the Liquitex acrylic ink, just adding in some nice pattern over the top of it between the dash marks and the marks that my paintbrush could make, and then building up some of the white, playing with the transparency that acrylic ink provides. Has been really fun for this one. I'm going back in with the Pearlescent, just adding some more marks, kind of building up the patterns and layering on. Then I jumped back to this page and went back in with some black Posca paint pen. This has been one of my favorite materials to add to my Mixed Media Collage sketchbooks. The Posca pens are so nice. They add such a bold, opaque pop to whatever page you put them on. And then again, back in with the Liquitex acrylic ink, just putting in some pops of red and then eventually blue to finish off this page. And then I really liked the bleeding that happened when I dropped in the white acrylic ink, so I decided to repeat that here, but do it in a different sort of application. And then while that dries, I went back to my other spread, and I'd had some acrylic white ink out that was left over from a project I did with my son. This is where the page went. strange. I don't know that I love that white, but now I'm trying to rescue it with some Prismacolor marker and some of the acrylic inks again. And I did it. I feel like I found a resolution to it that I liked, but sometimes there's many awkward stages along the way. But in the end, I'm really happy with how these two spreads turned out, and I hope you will consider some mixed media collage in your future.